everybody, this is Jewelyn and
Ania.
Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another Meet My Plant Friend plant tour. So it's been well over a year.
Yeah.
I actually looked at my channel yesterday to see when I was over at your house last, and it was actually July of last year.
Oh my god, okay.
So it's well over a year since we visited Ania and her plants here in Santa Monica, and you're literally walking distance from the beach.
I am.
So you have perfect plant loving weather.
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky with that. So there's definitely an amount of humidity in the air that allows me to have more of the plants that tend to like that humid kind of weather. So yeah.
I'm really excited to finally come back. I know I haven't seen you in a while, and you've been traveling as well. Where have you been since the last time I seen you?
Ooh, well, just in this year, I went to Australia, to Europe, and then just got back from Japan a couple weeks ago.
Cool.
Yeah. So.
And were you able? And also, I'm sure you brought things back for plant life here and there, maybe.
I did.
Oh, okay. I'm excited to see that. So, Anya's a traveler like me. She's a Pilates instructor like me, and she loves plants.
I do. Yes.
So I am really happy to have her on the channel. And for those of you guys who are new, I'll go ahead and link down her last plant tour from last year in the description box so you can see how much plant life has grown over the last year and a few months since we've been over. So since the last time I've been here, what has your plant year been looking like? Any projects, anything that you've been struggling with, trying to work with? I would love to know.
All of the above, yes. Definitely have quite a few new additions to my growing plant collection. Lost a few as well. Propagated a few as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, question. Being a traveler, I know when I travel for long periods of time, I have my grandma from Hawaii come to babysit my plants.
Oh my god.
How are you taking care? Who's taking care of the plants, or how do you take care of that when you travel?
Yeah, it's a really good question. It's funny because it's actually kind of stressful, and I have to really think about who, you know, I feel first of all would want to even invest the time into doing it, because it's not just just like stop by once in a while and check on them, especially since you'll see the collection, some of the newer ones that I have are a little bit more high maintenance. So I just have one of my really great friends who's actually also my business partner. If she is in town and I'm out of town, I'll have her watch my plants, and she loves plants just as much as I do. Okay, cool. But however, we were just in Japan together, so so we were, that was a little bit more stressful. How long
away were you from your plants?
2 weeks.
Okay, how were they when you came back?
They were pretty good. Yeah, actually they weren't bad at all. So my lovely neighbor, I pretty much gave her like a 2-page list of how to, I put Post-its everywhere, and I did have a little bit of a lengthy 1-page document on how to kind of deal with it, but I pretty much labeled everything. Exactly how much water, how often to water it. So that, it was pretty intense. And so it just, some of them are so sensitive, and I honestly feel like they're like a pet or something, because if you don't give it enough or you give it too little, and they really feel the effects. So, and I do think they get sad when I'm not around, because I feel like they pepped up when I got back.
And what kind of, do you play music for your plants?
Not so much when I'm gone, but definitely I listen to a lot of music just in my own kind of time, and yeah, and I think they like that. Not so much the classical, because I know apparently plants respond really well to classical music.
I play classical music.
But probably a little bit more kind of like worldly, global type music that I tend to really like, and so I hope they like it too. I feel like
so. Speaking of plants, when was the last time you purchased a plant? How long ago was it?
That was literally like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What was it?
I don't know the name. It's like I think it's a euphorbia of some sort.
Okay, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and actually it was a plant that I already had.
Okay, but the reason why you bought it again?
It got root rot. Yeah, I think it's grafted on. So it's a graft of another plant on a stalk of, or the stem of another plant. And I think the pot that I had doesn't have drainage, and I was always really mindful of watering it, but I think maybe it just did too much and ended up eating up through the root.
Speaking of pots, do you want to share with the channel, you have a whole nother life outside of Pilates?
Yeah, so little ceramics, just throwing ceramics, and
which is so cool.
Which are, you know, these little guys right here. So
you'll see them throughout the tour.
Yeah,
she'll point them out.
Little guy here, and little guy here. But yeah, that's, you know, for fun. And actually, I have a business partner and I, we're in the process of developing a planter line.
Yay!
Yeah, so
I'll be sure to show that on the channel.
Yeah,
so
when
cool.
that one's, it's been about a year in the making. So these aren't part of it. These are just kind of
for your personal
for
stuff.
my own personal, but we have a whole kind of line that we've designed.
Cool.
And yeah, so that's really exciting. So definitely would love to show you once
share that on the channel.
Up and coming, but it's still, we're like prototyping and whatnot.
Okay. So. Sound off in the comments down below if you're like Anya when you travel and leave post-its for somebody to take care of your plants, and also if you make your own pots, because I think that's pretty cool, and that's a whole different avenue of plant life, which you can go in so many different directions. So that's so cool.
It's fun. It definitely it's weird. I'm one of those people, and my friend is as well, where that's why we wanted to create a planter type business, because we love plants and we love planters, and we won't pot a plant if we don't like the planter. So literally I will have plants that have not been potted
until you find the right one.
And I know that's probably really kind of obsessive or whatnot, but I think it's just coming from a design background and just really being appreciative of the aesthetic of a plant and how both highlight one another.
You're right.
The vessel that it's in and the plant itself. So
before we go ahead and take the tour, what has been like the struggles of plant life since I've last seen you?
I would say insects. I'm dealing with some issues with insects right now, and actually, kind of some of them being lost because of insects.
Are you using anything to get rid of them? Do you make your own solution, or what do you do?
So I have a solution that I make just with sink detergent and neem oil and water.
All right.
Even a little bit of like rubbing alcohol.
Yes. Okay, good.
And then I do have one that I purchased that's more of a, I think it's still fairly kind of natural, not as natural as like neem oil and whatnot, but that I do have for my outdoor plants. So I use more of the natural one for the indoor, and then the one that I bought for the outdoor ones. So yeah, that's probably been the biggest issue. And honestly, some plants in particular, just like my curly spider plant, I'm struggling with it. And it's supposed to be really easy. And I think since the last time I saw you,
I had to repurchase my curly spider plant because the first one didn't do good.
Yeah, it's, I read about it and it's supposed to be really easy, like the easiest plant to have, and I'm like, it's actually been a really big pain in my butt. So I'm kind of going with that issue with. So I don't know if it's watering. It's not in the brightest spot. My place gets, kind of indirect light. But I can't figure this one out. And some of my other plants that I've lost, I think just to, they were maybe better off outdoors than indoors. So I did have to transfer some of my indoor plants to outdoor plants, and they've been happier since.
Okay.
So it's been a lot of trial and error. I think it really, I love plants, obviously, but it definitely takes a bit of work. So question on when you lose a plant. For me, if I really, really love a plant, I'll repurchase it up to 3 times. Yeah. Do you do that too? Yeah, I haven't counted the euphorbia that I'll show you. It'll be my second purchase. And so, yeah, I feel like if it gives me too much trouble, then maybe it's just not meant to be. Maybe like the climate that I have for it just isn't right for it. Okay. But yeah, if there's a plant that I really, really love, I really like, I'll get it again. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the tour, seeing the updates that you've been doing since we've last been here. So if you enjoy hearing Anya's plant talk, then stay tuned, because at the end of the video we are going to be sharing her top 5, and I have a few babies for her. So welcome to Anya's space. Let's talk about what's going on here in the front.
Okay, so these guys, some of them were already here when I moved in. Okay. So in particular, the fiddle leaf, and this is actually a peach tree. So actually, sorry, I take that back, it's an almond tree. It doesn't look so great at the moment. I think it's got a little bit of an issue with bugs, unfortunately. So I've been kind of trying to handle that. The Dracaena was actually one of my neighbors was moving out, and this guy was kind of, it looked like it was going downhill, so she asked me if I wanted it, and kind of, yeah, been able to get it up and going again. And so it's been doing really good, actually, ever since.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm not sure with this one. I don't know if it's like a, I have no clue because it was here before.
Okay,
too.
if anybody can ID.
This guy. It's
Yeah.
really beautiful leaves. So, yeah.
Very pretty. I love this spot, by the way.
So I live in a really small space, so outdoor space has been such a luxury. It also obviously allowed me to kind of develop my plant collection. And so yeah, I kind of created this little nook here with my fiddle leaf.
Do you like eat here, drink tea out here? What do you do here?
Not as often as I would like to.
Okay.
I really should, because it's such a great space, and the climate here is pretty amazing. It's usually nice and sunny. But yeah, it definitely is a space where we can kind of like read a book, drink some tea, hang out with friends. And yeah, so this fiddle leaf, I potted it. I got this pot probably a few months back. And it's been really happy here. These succulents, this was actually, I love the, again, kind of the structure of this guy.
And this will stress pink in the sun.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's been in the sun a lot.
And
so.
purple flowers.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good
Pink
to know.
ice.
It hasn't done that yet. This was a clipping that I took from someone's yard, I think.
Talk about the pot.
Yeah,
love
it's
it.
a pot that, just a pot that I threw.
I love it.
And
a lot.
Just kind of a nice little, kind of go together, I think. And this was the pot I threw, and then I got one of my lovely coworkers, Diane. She got me this, was it a Mother of a Thousands or something like that?
Mother of Thousands, yeah, Kalinkoi.
Plant. So I put it in this pot, and it's just really having a lot of babies. So it's the plant that keeps on giving.
Yes. And then back there you have some Senecio fish hooks back there.
Yes. Yeah, so these guys too are actually really long.
And they're easy propagators too.
They are.
Yes.
Yeah, they've been really easy to kind of handle. So yeah. And then over here, I just moved this guy because I had to make room for another plant that I had. So I think this is it a donkey tail?
Yes, it is.
So I'm trying to remember the names.
Very good. How long have you had this plant? Was it here last time?
Yeah, it was here last time, and it's doing amazingly. Just the funny thing about this is like when you touch it, all the things fall off. So I try not to touch it.
Yeah, once you plant this thing, you don't want to touch it at all.
Yeah, it just starts to fall everywhere. But it's growing really well. It probably is a little bit more bleached, so when I moved it here, I think that it's going to be a bit happier because the sun isn't going to be so intently kind of hitting it. But it's kind of cool to have like a little ombre going on. And then from here, this was here last time you guys were here. It's my Sansevieria, so my snake plant. Again, with the, I think this was, did we talk about this before, like the banana? I don't know if it's the banana or the fish hook.
No, it looks like fish hooks to me.
Okay, so probably the fish hooks and a lot.
What is going on?
Yeah,
you should propagate it.
I know. I have to add that one to add it to my list. Yeah, they're really going off. It's like, it just reminds me of like Rapunzel or something. Just like this long mane of stems
and your snake plant is doing so good.
Yeah, a lot happier, I think, in this spot because of the lighting.
Okay.
It's probably still pretty bleached, though. It's got the darker bits in the back.
So rotate.
It's a little stuck.
No, like yeah, like every like week.
Yeah, that's a lot of rotation.
Yeah. Twice a month.
This guy's kind of heavy. But yeah, I definitely could do that. So I should. It deserves it. And then I think it's a pothos.
Yes, very good.
And yeah, this one as well is actually here when I moved here, and it's been a work in progress. It's had its high moments and low moments. So right now, again, since I moved it out of the direct sun, it's doing so much better. Guys, I moved temporarily because of accommodating another plant that I will show you guys. So these are just here so they don't die. And I don't know the name of them. So they're
aloes. Looks like ghost aloes.
Okay, they're not, yeah. I guess I'm used to them being thicker, but I
think they're the ghost variety.
That's awesome.
Okay.
I never knew.
Don't quote me on that, but I think it is.
Okay. And this, I think, is an avocado that I just put in there from a seed, and it kind of just started sprouting, which is really cool. And then I have another pothos here, which again, I kind of took it out of the light because of the, it just doesn't like a lot of really direct sunlight. Over here is my lemongrass, and I did just repot it in this guy. It wasn't a bigger pot, but I didn't like, and I just wanted to scale it down a little bit. So, and it's cool because I actually just clipped this guy like last week, and I made a really good ginger lemongrass lemon tea, which was so good, and iced that. So it's fun to be able to use your own little herbs and whatnot. And then over here is just kind of a mishmash of different things. The Sansevieria. I love this one because it's the lighter color one.
So that's like, they call it moonshine or moon glow.
Oh, yeah, very cool. I love that one. And then this was just, my friend was getting rid of it.
Devil's backbone.
She just didn't, I don't know if she, didn't have a good kind of experience with it. So
they're hit or miss. I lost half of mine.
Oh, okay.
But
I'll have to give you some of that one.
Yeah. It's a cool plant.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I've never seen one before.
Yeah, devil's backbone.
The name is very fitting.
But just be careful because the white sap.
Oh, good to know. Yeah. Is it poisonous?
Well, you don't want it in your eyes or on your skin.
Good to know.
And what's going on with the pot?
That's another one that I made.
I love it.
The glaze didn't turn out so well, but
still looks good.
It's a fun shape, so thank you.
And then what's going on back here?
The other one on the right is an orchid.
Okay.
And that actually my neighbor like put on my table, and it kind of like appeared. So yeah, so I didn't get that one. And then this one, my friend was getting rid of it, and oops, well, that's not a good sign. This one actually, like a couple weeks ago, the flowers were really beautiful.
Do you know what kind of plant that is?
I don't, but I know hummingbirds like it. And I think this one needs a little bit more attention. So
okay, anybody sound off in the comments down below if you can ID this plant and any tips. Ooh, Madagascar palm.
So I love this guy too. So this should have been on one of my maybe top 10.
Okay, top 10. All right, fine.
And yeah, this one has been doing incredible. I did have it when you were here last time.
Oh.
We didn't kind of go in the back area.
Okay.
So it was kind of hidden in a different space. So I did move it here. It's really loves it because it gets a good amount of light, and it's just really grown a lot. So this guy is really been a really great, easy plant.
This is like the biggest one I've ever seen in any of my plant friends collection.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh yay.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Super cool.
Yeah, this guy's been so awesome. Super easy, and I think it's got
a little baby.
Yeah, three actually. If you come to the other side, it's on the other side as well. So.
Oh yeah, very cute. Very cool.
Pardon the mess. Again, this is all work in progress.
Yes, all sides of plant life.
Yeah, so this has kind of just been a little bit of just figuring out kind of where my propagation happens, a bit of storage as well. I've, lost a few plants probably the last time you guys were here. Some of them grew. I guess kind of just briefly go over these guys. So, so the mother of pearl. Is that what it is?
String of pearls,
String of pearls, there we go.
You've been having trouble growing it.
Well, initially was indoors.
Okay.
And so when I first moved into my place, it was huge, and it was indoors, and it just was miserable. So ever since I brought it outside, it's been doing amazingly. The only issue I've had with this guy so far is that there are caterpillars that burrow inside of these guys. So yeah, that's probably the only downfall with this, is just that. So I kind of tried to this guy fell off. Tried to go through it and pick them out, or just if I see holes in it, just try to get rid of those guys.
And the
so,
pot?
It's one that I made.
So you see Ania's style. Love it.
And then just I kind of trim back. It's a ponytail plant here. This one hasn't been growing, so really hasn't grown at all.
Did you make these?
I did, yeah.
Okay, love it.
These are a little bit older pots that I made a little while ago, and this is the one that I thought, or maybe someone commented, looks
Galloon?
like Shrek or something like that. Little Shrek plant.
Cressula Galloon.
So yes, I love this guy too, because it's just a really funky, fun plant, and it was really small, and it's been growing.
Cool.
Yeah. And then it brings you to these three guys, which are one of my top favorite plants.
Okay, can't wait to hear about it.
Yeah, so these guys are called Sephora prostatas.
Okay.
They are from New Zealand, and they are a shrub that kind of grows there. It's a native plant there. And I love these guys. So these are three different ones. You can see kind of the different shapes of them and how they grow. This one is actually one of my friends, because it wasn't doing so well, and so they generally said they can be indoor plants, but they just weren't doing well. They were really stressed out indoors, even though my humidity level with them was really pretty high, like 60-65% humidity inside my place. But they just weren't happy, so I moved them outside, and they just really love it here. So I was on a waiting list for these for like half a year to get these guys. So
okay,
yay! So I got them.
What's going on down here?
And down here, just more of the donkey tails, the Palea pepermoides. That one's doing really well. Really kind of having a lot of babies and whatnot.
So let's talk about, like, as far as for your space, because it's tiny, how do you find it to like keep things stored, or just like your working area? Where and how do you plant your babies and all of that?
I just do it right here.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is kind of my outdoor planting space, and I try to keep it, it's not very organized at the moment. I'd love to kind of just invest a little bit more time into getting things. I've got so many pots that would be really nice to kind of put other plants in. I feel like most of them do have a pot, but I kind of coordinate things a little bit better, organize a little bit better. So yeah, I kind of just try to keep everything in this one section.
Okay.
So I just, unfortunately, with a small space, I don't have anywhere else to put things. But hopefully next time you guys will come, I can have a little bit more of an order to it.
Yeah, I always am interested on how people with small spaces and even apartments, like where do they store their things for plant life, and how do they pot up plants in a small space. So I'm always interested in seeing the working space.
Yeah, so this one I'd love to probably get like more of a container or something so it's a little bit more organized. But that's probably, if I got like a little shed, I could do that too, because I do have a good amount of outdoor space, which is nice.
Okay, so moving on to this section of your space.
Yeah, so down here I have a cactus, and actually, yeah, it's got, I think just because I have a bottle brush tree, a lot of the stuff kind of drops down on.
So I use a toothbrush.
Oh, do you?
To clean them.
Oh, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
That guy definitely needs a little bit of a cleaning.
So I have a problem too with my pine tree. I'm like constantly cleaning the plants. Yeah.
It's just, it's a bit of a job, but so yeah, this guy needs a cleaning, but I've had it for a good while, and I actually had a baby on top, which I then cut off, and then which is over there.
Okay.
So, and then
what's going on with your Kalinkoi?
Is that this one or this
Both
one?
of them.
Well, okay, so this one, which is like the fang plant,
Yes.
which is the last time you were here, it was actually a plant. And this one just bit the dust, I'd say like a month ago. And
What do you think happened?
it was initially indoors.
Okay.
And it was doing pretty good indoors. I don't know. It did start, maybe it's root rot again. It kind of was though in the middle of the stem.
Okay.
And so I was reading that you can propagate it.
Yes.
With its leaves.
Yes.
So this is actually what's happening. I think I just watered this. So, so I'm just kind of letting it do its thing here.
Okay.
This one, I'm not sure if I had it when you were here. I got at the Long Beach market. It was smaller and it was like $5 and it was probably this big, and they're known to grow pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And I love this. And the pot is actually my ceramics teacher. He made it and just had it on a shelf and wasn't going to do anything with it. And I was like, I will take it. And I love the way that the pot looks with this plant. I think it's like a really, really beautiful kind of combination of the two.
Love it.
Yeah, so this one I've just kept outside, gets a lot of sun. It's pretty happy, it seems to me, because it's growing right here. So this is a work in progress. So some of these plants are actually from Tanya,
Yes.
who you've obviously gone to her place, and she gifted me these guys about a little over a year ago, and they have been doing amazingly. Yeah, like when she gave these to me, they didn't have all these little offshoots at all. They were just like little bits, and they have been really, really kind of thriving. This one as well, I love this guy here.
Yeah, very cool.
This one was just this little guy down here, and he, you know, kind of grew this big, big, big piece. And I think this one as well. This one looks like a little ear coming off of it. And then she gave me these little guys too. These three, I think.
Yes,
and
crocodile aloe.
I love them. They're so beautiful. And then this guy was something I found behind my house, and I love this one too. So yeah, this area is kind of in the works. I had to kind of pull some things out because I just got an olive plant.
Ooh.
My olive tree. And this is a non-fruiting one, though I have a little fruit right here. This little guy here. And I love olive trees because they're just the structure of it, the coloring of it.
Very pretty.
And I just potted it in this pot, so and it's really heavy, so I had to move some plants. They're the ones that you saw earlier.
Is this your biggest plant?
Yes, this is definitely my biggest plant.
Ooh.
So this guy's
Very
really
fun
happy.
update in your collection.
Yeah, I love this one. So I'm really excited, and I can't wait for you guys to come back later on and hopefully have this all kind of just beautified a little bit more, a lot more, hopefully. So work in progress.
Yes.
It's all work in progress. Rubber tree, which has grown. I think last time you were here, I had this guy maybe indoors.
Maybe, yeah.
Pretty sure it was indoors. I ended up moving it outdoors, and again, ever since I moved it outdoors, it's been really happy. It started growing new shoots, new little babies, and it's just doing so well. It really, really loves it out here.
And your adenium, your desert rose, how's it doing?
It's doing well. You know, it's funny because they're supposed to go into hibernation. I don't think mine goes into hibernation.
Maybe because of the weather here.
Yeah, it's just, and so I'm like, oh, do I water it? Do I not water it? So if someone knows how to
water sparingly.
Even though it's got leaves in it, because I know when it doesn't have leaves, you're not supposed to water it at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That I didn't know.
Yeah, so apparently when these guys are in their dormant state, they lose their leaves, and you're not supposed to water them.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll like die.
Any adenium experts, sound off in the comments down below.
Yes, that would be so helpful because I felt like I couldn't find any information on when they're supposed to be hibernating and they're not. So I just figure this one's just like eternally awake. So I just give it water because I don't want it to to dry out, I guess. So yeah.
Got some aeoniums and a flapjack kalanchoe there. And then you got more.
Yeah, in this little corner, so I've got a fiddle leaf. This one, again, was someone was they were moving cross country, and it was not in good shape, and it's a lot better now, but when I got it, like, the leaves it only had a few leaves on it, so I kind of just been playing around with different places to move it, and moved it here, and it's doing a lot better. So it's definitely a lot happier. Another pothos that's been doing also really well kind of since I moved it into a little bit more of a shaded area. It's actually getting really long.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, so this one too, it's been kind of gives me a little bit of a hard time from time to time. So, but it's behaving at the moment. And then just like a little kind of succulent. These guys are so
pretty.
So pretty, and the colors are just unbelievable. I just think they're very Instagrammable.
Yeah, very pretty.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Let's talk about this guy that we passed by.
So this guy, I was walking down the street and I took a clipping.
Oh,
off
okay.
Of someone's massive tree. It was like massive tree. So, and then, yeah, just stuck it in soil, and the clipping was a lot smaller, so all these little offshoots are newer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. So, my favorite part. Well, I like both outside and inside. Welcome to one of my favorite spots in your place. This is it right here.
This is it. Yeah.
How big is your place?
It's not including the bathroom. It's 150 square feet. So
okay.
It's 10 by 15, which is actually, it's not even like tiny house. It's actually known as like micro.
Oh.
Yeah. So
okay.
Believe it or not, there is something smaller than like tiny
house. Oh, because I love tiny home living.
Yeah, me too. So this one's micro.
Okay,
yeah.
Micro home living.
Yeah, this is micro home. Pretty much it. It's just I have really limited space, and so this is kind of serves as storage, serves as a place of just being able to display things. And it allows me to display my plants, so it's like a little bit of like a lifestyle experience here.
I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just kind of a reflection just of probably a lot of my travels, the love that I have for plants, books.
I love it. Let's talk about the plants from left to right.
Okay, so this is a Palea peperoides. And it was here the last time you saw it. I have repotted it in one of my pots. And this one's been a little bit, they would probably be a lot happier with more light, but it's as good as it gets right now. So I do like to put it outside, I'd say like during the weekend, so it can get a little bit more light. And so from there, this is a newer addition.
Yes, this is Tonia nerve plant.
Nerve plant, yeah. I love this plant, actually. It was a lot smaller when I bought it. I got it from a nursery, and it's just, I just think it's so beautiful. I really love the lines on it, and it's just a pretty easy plant to take care of. And then here is a cactus. I had this last time you were here. It hasn't really grown. I don't think it's grown much. Slow grower. And then this guy is the one you gave me.
Yes, Peperomia obtusifolia variegata.
And it is doing so well. It's been so easy. It's cool because you can see the root system.
And are you planning on leaving it like this forever, or are you planning on potting it up one day?
I'm not sure, because I love the way it looks up here, but it keeps growing, and so I don't think it's going to be too much, it's not going to be so happy in here on the long term.
Okay.
So I probably will pot it up, but I'm trying to wait.
Okay.
I'm like, I have to figure out what's going to go there instead. It's probably going to take me like 2 months to do that. So like, what goes, you know, design-wise. So yeah, so that guy is really happy. And then the one on the top.
Yes, silver satin pothos.
That one has grown a good amount too since the last time you've been here.
Very pretty.
And then the one on the right is one of my top 5 favorites. And that's the Euphorbia Sensation.
Okay. Can't wait to hear about the backstory on it.
Yeah, I love that guy. That one's got a good backstory. And then this is my my curly spider plant. And this is coming off from the big one that I have that isn't doing so well. But I got this glass actually from Japan.
I love it. It's so cool.
So it's a piece that I brought back with me. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, I kind of just put it in there, like, say about 3 weeks ago. So.
And then another guy here.
Oh yeah, my cactus. Forgot about this guy. Yeah, this guy I also had when you were here last time, but I think it was in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And 2 of them died, and that one's the Lone Ranger there. So, and it's out of the bathroom because probably wasn't the best place.
What's going on here? A little propagation.
So this is also another one that you gave me last time.
Yes.
So you gave me 2. One of them died, unfortunately, but this one is definitely doing pretty well. Besides a little bit of this, but yeah, it's been really easy. I love the root systems. I just love.
Now, are you planning on keeping it like that, or maybe cutting it halfway down and making another cutting?
I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I want to do that. I just like the fact that it was long.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, when you cut it, it kind of shortens it. But
I love the setup of it.
Yeah, it's I just wanted something kind of here and kind of flowy and whatnot. So.
And then here in the corner.
And then my Sensibaria, so another snake plant. This one obviously is a lot. The same as the one that I showed you guys outdoors, but the fact that it's indoors, it's just a deeper green color. So, yeah, just feel like a really, really easy plant. Hasn't given me any hardships or whatnot. Over here, we've got another one of my top 5 favorites. And then this is the Rhipsala.
Yep, Rhipsalis.
Rhipsalis. And I love it. This one, it's a hard plant to find. I got it. One of my friends found it for me, and was so excited because she got it for me for my birthday.
Love it.
And I haven't seen them at the local nurseries or anything like that.
Yeah,
so.
I have about 20 Rhipsalises, and I've never seen this one in person.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So come over, see the collection.
I would love to, because I didn't even know there was 20 possible.
Plus, oh, there's more.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
And these guys, I had this little test tube thing forever, like since I was like 18.
Oh, cute.
I know. And I have always held it, and I was like, what could I do with it? I was going through some stuff, and so
years later,
exactly.
Plants. Isn't that so cool?
Yeah. So kind of just propagating. This is the one that you gave me. I think it was one of the leaves that came off of that. And then this is the pothos, and then again another part of the spider plant. So
love that. Love the backstory on that.
Thank you. And then over here, I think the Dracaena is a new addition. So I don't believe it was here last time you guys were here. So they think this is a Dracaena magenta or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but it is a Dracaena. And it's cool because it's pink, and I love the pink. And the more, I guess if I had it outside, it would probably be a little bit deeper of a pink color.
Keep me posted how well it does here.
Yeah, I've had it for a while. It does have a little bit of a dry tip, so because you're not supposed to water it too much, and so, but you also don't want it to dry out too much. So again, I'm still kind of working towards that balance. So it actually is doing pretty good inside. I do hold this thing out and give it sunlight. So I am that person that will break their back.
Quick question about plant care. For your plants inside of your home, how do you water them, and how do you water your plants outside?
As far as like timing, or just
how do you water them?
Well, I generally take them, and besides the ones that are like my Philodendron Xanadu, I just water it there. But generally with these guys, because they all have holes in them, I take them outdoors and I water them. Yeah, sometimes I'll do it in the sink as well. I've got the Palea peperomoides. This one lost a few leaves. Again, think it would be happier if it had a lot more sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
But it gets a good amount. Again, it would probably be thriving if it had a lot more. But at the moment, I don't have space for putting it anywhere else. And then the snake plant as well. Over here, I think this guy is new since the last time you guys.
Alocasia.
It's Alocasia.
Yeah, poly or African mask, either one.
And this guy, I was doing amazingly because generally I think they also need humidity.
Yes, you're right.
But it started to get bugs. And so I've been dealing with these little white, I don't know if it's like a moth or what, a mealybug.
Mealybug or spider mites.
Yeah, so I've been having to clean it off. And I've been spraying insecticides on it. Well, like the natural one, and I've also used more of the one that I bought.
Keep me posted because I bought this plant 3 times because I loved it so much, and they never do good on me.
Did it have an insect issue or
no? It just dies.
It could be a humidity thing, and the reason why, again, because I'm closer to the beach, and then when I take a shower, my door is open.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why this and the prayer plant is doing pretty good. It is browning a little bit, which is kind of a newer thing happening here. But the prayer plant likes humidity as well.
Yes, you're right. I have a bunch in my bathroom.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so here's the curly spider plant. It's a little sad looking. This one, I just am not having really that much success with it. It's been hanging on, but it continuously, I feel like it's just parts of it are dying. So we'll see. Hopefully there'll be something left next time you guys come. We have, what is it, the Philodendron Xanadu?
Yes. I love the characteristic of yours though.
Oh, yeah, okay. Is it normally like...
Well, mine's is not as like wild like this. I mean, it's still kind of wild, but yours is like really wild. I love it.
Yeah, this one's it's very wild. It likes to, and it moves a lot. So, but I've been having a problem again with insects, and it's not so bad, but I had to cut back. Some of the leaves were yellowing because I think it's got that scale bug.
Okay.
Scaly bug or whatever, which like sucks out the nutrients.
Yeah.
Little a-holes, but I actually will
look under the leaf. Yeah.
And I will pull them. Like, they're easy to scratch off, but
yeah, or I use a Q-tip and I soak the Q-tip in soapy water.
Okay.
And it'll slip right off.
Okay.
And I just throw the Q-tip away.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just want to not have to keep doing it, but it might just be something that has to happen.
Worst case scenario, you're gonna have to take the whole plant out of the soil and give new soil, because maybe they might be in the soil.
In the soil. Okay, good to know that. Yeah, that's another project. I mean, if that makes it healthier, then I'd do it.
That's like last resort.
I would do it for you.
Like I'll watch the plant several times and try to take care of the bug situation. And if it doesn't resolve, then I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna just take all the soil out and start fresh.
Yeah, I do it for Xander. That's his name. And then I've got a pencil plant here, which was here the last time you were here.
And I see like there's like little like leaves blooming off of it.
There are.
Like, how cute is that?
It's funny because this one too, I think last time you guys were here, I was maybe overwatering it. And now I think I'm underwatering it. So I'm trying to find a little bit of a balance because some of it was drying and it did come out of the soil. So this one also has been a little bit of a little bit more of an issue, but just trying to seek a balance between the watering with that. Besides that, yeah, the leaves are coming up, so I think that's a good sign.
Yeah, very cute.
Over here, I have my monstera, and this was a clipping, and I just put it in here probably like a week and a half ago, and just a water propagation.
Okay, keep me posted.
Yeah, and so this is just one of the containers I made for it, like a little vase.
I see propagation vessels behind you and in front of you.
Yes, so I've got this guy. This is the pothos. Just again in a glass. It was here last time you were here, and as well as this guy too. So these guys it's growing, just a little bit of yellowing too, which I'm not sure if that's like an issue with water or nutrients or something like that, I'm guessing.
Okay, and the bathroom?
Yeah, so, okay.
Okay.
See if both of us can fit in here. So, this is as big as it gets, you guys.
Love it.
So I've got just 3 plants here. I guess I'll start up here.
Yes. Oh, this is such a cute windowsill, by the way.
Thank you.
It's adorable. I even love the crystal up there.
Oh, thank you. And you can see my little olive tree up there. So I get a little bit of a little privacy going. But yeah, so I've got a cactus. This was actually a clipping that I got somewhere in Joshua Tree.
Okay.
And it's really cool because it actually turns purple, but I think it needs a lot more light, so it's not really turning purple. And it's pretty good because obviously the bathroom is humid, but it hasn't given me any issues because I think it's by the window. And this is probably one of my favorites, even though it doesn't look like much. So it's called a Stephania erecta, and it's from Thailand, and it is kind of like a little sleeping beauty. So
love it.
It will hopefully wake up at some point, but I have this in this kind of its own little ecosystem because it does like the tropics, so it does like the humidity, and I'm hoping that in the next year or two it's gonna sprout because
keep us posted.
It's been a few months now, so but hopefully one of these days, fingers crossed, that it'll
And you have a philodendron Brazil.
So, yes. And this guy, I think I'm not sure if I had it when you guys were here last time.
I don't think so.
But also kind of, it was really small when I got it, and yeah, it's doing really, really well. It's really happy in here. And yeah, really simple, easy to take care of so far.
Well, that was a really fun tour.
Thank you.
Okay,
that
so
was fun.
This is like my favorite, well, one of my favorite parts is sitting down and talking about current top 5. And I know top 5 will change like by the day, maybe by the hour. But currently, what is your top 5? And I would love to hear the backstories and why.
Okay, so in top 5, like 1 being my like ultimate favorite.
Yes.
Okay. It's such a hard one. Okay, so
Fine, in no particular order.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna, because they're all like my faves.
Yes.
So I'll just kind of, I'm just gonna go in an order that
makes
sense for me. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So this guy here, let me just move this out of the way. So I don't know if you can see its little leaves. This is called a Sephora prostata, and it's from New Zealand. So it's actually a shrub from New Zealand.
Okay.
And this guy is really incredible. I mean, I love it just because of the architectural structure of it.
It's very cool.
I've got 2 other ones. One is I'm rehabbing for one of my friends, and I'll go through the backstory of indoor life versus outdoor life with these guys.
Okay.
But they're all just really kind of unique in the architecture and the structure of them. And so this guy, I was actually on a waiting list for like 6 months.
Okay.
So I got it from a nursery in Oregon.
Oh. So
yeah,
it got shipped to you?
It got shipped to me.
Okay, love that.
Yeah, and so it needs to have a humid climate, and even though the humidity inside my place is like 60%, and it needs, I think, a minimum of like 30%, it just wasn't happy. The leaves were all turning yellow. And so I put it outdoors, and ever since I put it outdoors, it's been thriving.
Oh, interesting.
So I think it's just the humidity from the ocean, and it does need a good amount of light, but not like direct beaming light. So I think the outdoor condition just really makes it really kind of thrive.
So this is the first time I've ever seen this plant in person. Mm-hmm. How did you find out about the plant, or what made you want it so bad?
Well, I think it was through Pinterest.
Okay.
And yeah, I love Pinterest, and I just feel like it's such a great place for kind of finding really unique plants. I tend to like, I think we talked about this last time, just I have a lot of kind of common plants, but for me, like I get really excited about the ones that are not as common,
right,
that you don't typically see. And so I just kept seeing this and I just loved it. And I loved just, you know, just kind of the pattern of the kind of the structure of the way the branches are, and they're just like super cute. And just kind of playing around with the different vessels you can put it in really also changes the aesthetic.
Yes, so talk about the setup, and you got some spag moss on there. What's going on?
So I ended up putting this here just because it does grow more in the kind of humid, damp areas of New Zealand. So I wanted to create a little bit more of like a damp environment for it. So yeah, so I got the moss.
And you made this?
I didn't actually. So
okay.
Yeah, so my friend made that for me, who's also my business partner as well.
How long have you had the plant?
So I've had this one, it's funny because I got this gifted to me for my birthday because she knew I really wanted it, and I already put the order in for for like this plant 6 months ago. Okay. So it was really funny. So I ended up getting this for my birthday, and then the one that I ordered came like 2 weeks later.
So you have two.
So yeah. But yeah, so this was, she made the pot for me.
Very pretty.
And yeah.
I love it a lot.
Yeah. So it's in this little case. They call it the little like Sleeping Beauty. This is called a Stephania erecta. Unfortunately, can't really see it because it's a little humid in here. So it is a really, really cool plant that is from Thailand. So these bulbs were shipped from Thailand. Okay. And my friend, hers is already starting to sprout. Okay. And it starts by sprouting a flower. It gets like this long stalk, and then it gets flowers, and then I think it starts to turning to the leaf. So this guy has been incubating for at least a month now. Okay. It can take several months for it to start to kind of come alive. Okay. So
is this your first Codex baby?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sound off in the comments below if you have. Yes. I have a few, but none like this and in an incubator. Yeah. Like its own ecosystem in here.
It's apparently it helps it because it likes the humidity and the warmth. Okay. It tends to sprout a lot quicker. So apparently with the Codex ones, you can just put them like, in a pot or whatnot, and like spritz it. But this one just creates a little bit better, I don't want to say better, but an ecosystem that's a little bit more.
And you have like pumice down here?
I do, yeah, because
pumice and soil.
Yeah, so it's not supposed to be super damp because then it could cause the rotting of it.
Okay, so text me a picture when you see some kind of movement happening.
I will, yeah.
So I can keep the channel
I check
updated.
Every day. I really do.
You never know.
And I keep this guy in my bathroom.
Okay.
And just kind of on the window ledge, just so it can get a little bit of light, and just kind of keep the humidity levels up. So
okay, this is really fun to see.
Yeah. And this container is actually from Japan. So I know it's like, oh, why wouldn't you just get one, just here? And I've looked in lots of places that could have like a glass lid because I just wanted something that was just easy removable, that wasn't sealed either. Right. So yeah, I brought that back from Japan.
Where did you find this?
It was in Tokyo. It was like in a home goods store. And so it's funny because Japan, they love plants. Like everywhere. Plants everywhere. And it was so exciting and so inspiring going there. So for ceramics and for plants, they're just so ahead of that. I don't want to say ahead, but they're just so like, they love it. They really love it. Yeah.
Very cool. Fun story on that.
And so this guy we were chatting about earlier where I lost this one to root rot. Okay. And I loved it so much that I had to get another one. So, and the nursery that carries this one, they don't carry it all the time. So the one that I had initially was a little bit more pink around the crest. This one, you can tell that it is, but it's still a little bit more green. And apparently when it gets stressed out, it turns pink. Yeah. So I don't really know how to stress it out without killing it. Oh, okay. Yeah. The sun. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. So, and this one is called the Euphorbia Sensation, and this is the one that's graphed. So they graft, I don't know how they do it, but they graft the top to the bottom, I
Sometimes they
guess.
put like a rubber band until it's grafted.
Oh, okay.
And then they take the rubber band off.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So talk about the setup.
So the setup, so this is, I was in Australia in March, and there was this amazing shop that I love, and I actually saw this vessel combo in a book, and then I knew that they were an Australian company, and when I was there, I was in Melbourne, I went to the shop, and they have amazing ceramics, really cool plants. Also, Australia just has a great selection of like plant life and things to, you know, put the plants in. Really cool stuff, like really cool. So very inspiring.
I have a question. Since you make your own pots and you have background and knowledge on what it takes and the amount of talent it takes to make certain things, what do you think is an average amount that is like the going rate of a nice planter? Because I went to plant shows and they go up to like $70 sometimes.
Yeah, it really depends. It depends what it's made out of. So this is made out of porcelain, and then it comes with a stand, and it's handmade. So this cost me, if I were to translate it to US dollars from Australian dollars, it's about $140, 132, whatever, 132.
Is this your most expensive planter?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say this, and then I did get like a plant stand that I got off of Etsy just to get the wooden stand itself, and then bought the pot separately, so that was probably be as well like more of my expensive ones. But
okay.
I would say if you want something different, look, you can always find really cool things probably out of like, you know, West Elm or Target or whatnot, but for me it's like an investment, especially if I know it's hand done by an artist. And ceramics, throwing ceramics, I think, like, I get it, people are like, oh my god, so expensive, but it's like, you know, it depending on how proficient you are, but ceramics, the process of ceramics still takes time. It's like you have to, you know, you buy the materials, you throw it, you have to wait for it to turn into dry, and then greenware, and then you have to bisque it, and then you have to, you know, glaze it, and then you have to fire it again. And so there's a lot of components involved in it versus something just being made in a factory that's like, you know, kind of just kind of mass produced. So it's just the reality of it. So I would say for a hand done planter, you're going to be looking at, depending, I mean, anywhere probably from like 40, 50, 60 bucks and up. That's it's very normal. I mean, you might find a little bit cheaper depending on the quality, how well it's thrown. So yeah. But
I was wanting to ask you that because you create them and you know the backstory, and they're like pieces of artwork too. So I wanted to just know your thoughts about that.
Yeah, it's just, it is. Most hand-done ceramics are going to be up that price. Even plates that are hand-thrown, bowls, you're going to be looking about, you know, 30, 40 and up. For planters, probably a lot more.
Okay, so now you know. This is Ania's most expensive planter.
And then this guy, this crazy guy,
which I love. I collect Ripsalises and I don't have this one, so this is cool to see.
This one I got for my birthday from my friend.
Love it.
Yeah, she knew I wanted this one, and I love it because it just looks like it's just like a crazy.
Now, did she have to order the plant online, or was it here in California?
Yeah, you know, this, I think she saw it on an Instagram page for a store.
Okay.
And she, I think, called or whatever, or she went in there and she got it. So yeah, so this one was something that I could not find anywhere.
Yeah, I've never seen this one.
Yeah, like I've seen it in Europe. I think I saw it like in Spain, and I was like, oh, where did I get this from? And it's been one that I've seen in books, and she was able to find it. So this is definitely, I'd say, like one of my favorite ones. That I have. It's just like a funny, silly.
Yes.
And these guys grow, like, these are so long, and it just looks like it's like a crazy hairdo, like hairdo
Talk
plant.
about the setup.
So yeah, this is actually one of the planters that I made. you know, kind of, yeah, you kind of have to lift its hair up. So yeah, just very simple. I love just kind of the natural coloring of the clay, so I don't do too much of the glaze, just kind of in the front. Yeah, so this one I'm gonna hopefully repot it into more of a hanging, so it becomes a hanging planter, because where I have it right now, it's kind of a temporary spot. And so my last, this guy, looks bigger than it is.
Beautiful staghorn.
Yeah, so this is my staghorn fern, and I just think they're so beautiful, like the shapes of it, the feel of it, they're just very architecturally beautiful for me. And this guy is actually going to be transported out of its pot, so I'm going to be mounting it onto a plywood board, and kind of, because apparently they naturally grow in nature, kind of attached to, I guess, trees or vertical
the epiphytic plants
surfaces. Yeah, so I feel like it maybe be happy on kind of a wall versus in a pot. So, but even though it's pretty happy here. But yeah,
so if you want to invite me over again with the channel to watch you do it, that'd be cool. How long have you had the staghorn?
So the staghorn, actually, I kind of was already here when I moved to this place. The person who lived here before me left some plants that, you know, you might see around, that, yeah, he left it here, and so I kind of took it over. And just,
has it grown a lot since you've lived here?
I feel it, I don't know about a lot. I feel like, yeah, I would say that it's been pretty consistent, just with the leaves. Like, it's got this little growth happening right here. But I love this guy, and I just think they're so beautiful. I'd love to have it indoors, but I don't think it would do well indoors. I think it needs the humidity, even though if I had it like in my bathroom, but I have no space.
Well, so I'm looking forward to see the next steps on how you have this baby in your space.
Yes, I'm excited for you guys to see that when it's done.
So that was really fun to go through the top 5. I'm interested to come back again in the future and see what your current top 5 is then. If you're gonna have repeat babies still in the top 5, I tend to do that. So before I wrap up today's video, I wanted to give you some plant babies. One of my favorite things to do when I come over to people's house. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about are these opuntias, and they're from a really big mother plant in Las Vegas. Oh wow. And all of my plant friends who's been on my channel have gotten 3. Wow. And I was holding these for you. Oh, yay. I was like, I don't know when I'm gonna see Anya, but you're just gonna live with me until I see you. Oh,
that's awesome.
So they grew all these while they were sitting with me.
Wow. Very cool.
Yeah, this comes from a really huge tree that's over 5 feet tall in Las Vegas. And
it's a traveler.
So
I love it.
So there's 3 here for you.
Awesome.
So careful.
Thank you.
I wanted to give you some Tradescantia cuttings. So they're easy propagators. So you can stick the ends in water and then get new roots and then throw them into a pot and they'll trail.
Awesome. Oh, cool.
So perfect. I don't know if you have any.
I do.
Tradescantias?
I don't.
Okay. So
I don't think so. I have a purple plant, but it's not a trailing
one.
So
you'll see. I can't wait to see the progress in the next couple of months because it'll just overflow.
Hey. Yeah. So I love it. Love it.
Send me photos when that's set up in propagation.
Sure.
And I know you said you struggled with the spider plant, but this is the reverse spider plant. Okay. So it's not the common pattern where it's white on the inside and green on the outside. It's reversed.
Awesome.
So I wanted to give you a baby.
Yay,
and I hope it does good.
I'm sure it will. I maybe if I kind of put it outside or something, or you know, it'll do well, because I feel like my outdoor plants do well.
Okay, and then I didn't know that you had a monstera.
That's just new. That was like within like the last, I didn't say that. It was probably within the last week. But I got a cutting, so it wasn't like I bought it.
Okay. Well, this is from my George Jr. I have George, my big guy, and then George Jr. I actually gave a piece of George Jr. to Tanya, and she finally got a split. No way. Months later.
Oh my god.
And she was so excited about that.
That's
and it was
awesome.
about this size when I gave it to her.
Wow.
And it gave her a new baby too.
Oh my gosh.
So I wanted to give you a small piece of George Jr. so that
Yay,
it can grow with
George.
you.
Georgie. Awesome.
Yes.
Yay, awesome. Thank you. I'm excited. Yes, yes, yes.
So you can,
I love it.
you can grow it from a baby.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for
Yeah.
having the channel over. It was so much fun to plant talk, see where you're at with plant life. And you know, plant life is there's ups and downs to plant life and different levels of plant life, and that's one reason why I like going over to my plant friend's home and sharing with you that no matter where you live in the world, what kind of place you live in, whether it's in a van, in a studio, in a house, in an apartment, there's always room for plant life. And with plant life, there's different avenues and levels of plant life. You can get really bougie with plant life, and you can keep it really simple. But no matter what it is, I love being able to share and inspire with you guys that there is always room for some kind of plant life. And it was very nice to share Anya's plant update with the channel and coming over. I haven't seen her for a long time. I haven't seen the plants since we last came over a year ago.
Yeah.
So if you want to see Anya more on the channel, leave a comment down below. Also, I would love to know in the comments down below what was your favorite plant that she styled in her home. And next time we come over, I would love to document the process of you doing your staghorn fern.
Okay, awesome.
I think that'd be fun because if you watch my channel, my staghorn fern is in a coco coir liner basket. But I would love to have that on the channel.
Awesome.
So
yeah.
If you guys want to see more of Anya, and also keep us posted when you set up your shop or whatever, I would love to see it. And if you enjoyed seeing Anya's pots throughout her collection, which you're my only plant friend that makes their own, so I think that's super cool.
Thank you.
Give this video a big thumbs up for having Anya back on the channel. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Subscribe for daily uploads at 5 a.m. I am well over 600 videos, and I love coming over to my plant friend's house to inspire each and every one of you. Until next time, aloha from Santa Monica, California. Bye.